Hey people, Intro here, 3v3, Catherine Purification Plant, Blue Team, ggdg zill is a brother captain, a durable hero. All lethal objects cannot be suppressed with powerful offense and support fighting in melee. Alongside, Gringvin is a Lord Commissar, strong offense and support fighting in melee, begins with a refractor shield, can shoot his own fellas in the head, to help him out. Rounded off the team here is Rambo with a Warlock, a melee spellcaster that leaps into combat, some powerful disruption and support. Red team, we have another rather naughty Lord Commissar. This is LunaticRed, alongside some Chaos fellas. Hellion is a Chaos Sorcerer, offensive and disruptive hero with powerful battlefield manipulation and control, up against the Warlock on the east side. That's a cool matchup. Knocks him back there. And rounding off the teams, Draktan with a Chaos Lord, a durable and destructive hero, walking through objects and cannot be suppressed with powerful offense and disruption, fighting in melee. And they're against the brother captain on the west side. Two heavyweights over here. Sentinel comes barreling through. There's another Sentinel back there from Gringvin. LunaticRed did not get more guardsmen up, suggesting they are rushing some gens down to get some catechins maybe. Lord Commissar calmly capping that contested power in the mid. Western VP contested is going to turn red early on, looks like. Chaos Lord is trying to get it done. Brother Captain's taking a bunch of damage already from bolts of fire from these Chaos Space Marines. And they have to run off. They are without the Brother Captain over here. There's a stomp. He shut down that Lord Commissar with knockback damage and the stun. The other Lord Commissar trying to get in there. Strike Squad chasing stuff down in melee. Looks like they're going after the Chaos Space Marines. Heretics coming to help out. So is the Chaos Lord. A dicey spot to be all of a sudden for those Strike Squad fellas. There's a kill to weak, but they retreated before it knocked them down. And that's a good thing for those fellas. Would have dropped models, I think, if they were on the floor there. Double CSM in play for Draktan. Hellion with some more Heretics up on the east side and gets them grenade launchers immediately. Rambo, triple Guardians in play. Warlock goes leaping in, but it was already retreating, that Sorcerer. CSM were working on the node there. I don't think they got a gen down, but you never know. Heretics on capping duty. The fellas with the grenade launchers are joining. There's a Destructor that might get those Heretics out of the fight pretty quickly. Yes, it does. Having to retreat there. Looks like they can push back against Hellion, maybe even touch the power. Warlock is quite low though. CSM in melee. I think they're going to get him with the bolt guns. They stand and shoot. 5 hit points. Gets away. Like a blessing of injured there. Said he was going to die and he's fine. On the western side, forward capping Inquisitorial Stormtroopers and the Brother Captain back on that western VP. Popping We Are the Hammer for some damage resistance there. Chaos Space Marines. No Eternal War yet. Lord Commissar alongside them. Quite a large amount of heresy going on. Catechin Devils for Gringvin. LunaticRed actually went straight into Heavy Weapon Squad and now Spotters. Lord Commissar gets a decent flank in. Now eating shotguns and lasguns and the stomp though, and the enemy, Lord Commissar. This is Aura of Discipline for Gringvin. Anything up for LunaticRed? Nope, but Carapace armor's on the way. Heavy Weapon Squad, Heavy Bolter kicking in there. Brother Captain now leading a charge alongside Interceptors, teleporting infantry that fight in melee. Good damage output, quite tough. And these days, their teleport disrupts straight away in Tier 1. They can knock you down when they get in your face. Noise Marines up for Hellion. Raptors for Draktan. And that's double Interceptors for ggdg zill. So you might see a bunch of melee support stuff like the Bulwark and a bunch of Mind Blades usage. So many buffs in the Ordo Malleus roster, especially when you're a Brother Captain. Yep, it's going to be double Interceptors. They didn't cancel them. There's those Spotters. Maybe they can disrupt this blob here. Double CSM have Eternal War. We could see some double Mark of Pawn CSM later on to counter-initiate the double Interceptors. Strike Squad got messed up there, but they do get away. So does the Brother Captain. Raptors are no slouch in melee with 30 DPS per model over there. On the east side, the Warlock has fallen over. We've got Rangers on the field still with their Shuriken pistols, which debuff targets. They can get long rifles to shoot from a distance and disrupt from a distance, and a Shuriken on the field for Rambo. Quite a chunky tier 1. They've got battle equipment on 2 of the Guardians as well. Some infiltrated Noise Marines shutting down ranged weapons with that Sonic Blaster, but not the Shuriken. Those Guardians splitting off them there. May see these guys grenade barraging and just leave. They did not grade. There we go. Maybe? Nope, that was a regular volley. There's the barrage. That's really risky, letting Guardians get that close that have grenades. Are they going to try a retreat grenade here? No, looks like they felt they weren't far enough forward to try and throw it there. Lord Commissar runs off. Tier 2, first one for Hellion. West side turns red. There's a 2-to-1 cap. Very even on VPs early on. Nobody could really establish dominance on that west side. Anything for the brother captain yet? Nope. Might see the Nemesis warding staff to throw ward onto things. Ward and bulwark is a nasty combo. East side, Doombolt's pretty damn effective. Some Zechian worship. These guys could get an auto cannon maybe. They're setting up quite heavy in the mid. And blue team are running into it rather than just capping the VPing and chilling out. Stormtroopers with the impact grenade looking for the spotters maybe. Not at the moment. There's mind blades on the interceptors, buffing their melee damage and their melee skill. Raptors catching the stormtroopers, and that's a prime target for those guys. They will rip them up so quickly. Raptors doing a short jump to get some suppression in, but then having to flee. Sentinel thought about stomping there maybe. There's that furious intervention teleport. Almost got the Raptors. Almost. Very close. 394 to 457. Heretics being replaced by Draktan. Those guys trying to take that contested VP. Contested power, I should say. And the Commissar had a look at the natural VP, but had to flee. What was that? Oh, that was purification from the Strat Squad, giving energy back to the interceptors. It could have been Sanctify, I suppose, which is a global ability, which also gives energy back. 378 to 457. Brother Captain on the natural VP of the red team, but they did not grab the Western contested. Looks like the Sentinel's going for a decap. And there are Strike Squad backing off to try and grab it, maybe. But the captain gets a decap there. Worth it. Chimera on the way for LunaticRed. Gringvin with a Primaris Psyker on the field immediately in Tier 2. Everyone is in or going Tier 2 now, thinking about their options. Would love to see a melee Mark of Khorne Dreadnought against these double interceptors here. But Dreadnoughts are always a risky proposition, especially melee Dreadnoughts. In a 3v3, so much anti-vehicle can come on the field so quickly. Be pretty careful with those fellas if you go for them. Hadachin's disrupting the heavy weapon squad. Psycho throwing out those area of effect psychic beam things. Here come Heretics, eating a shotgun blast. These guys do have an aspiring champion, so they're a bit tougher. Heavy weapon squad suppressing the Commissar, who runs. I see a bunch of fire here, not sure what that was. Is that a Dark Flames? Was it Let the Galaxy Burn? It wasn't Let the Galaxy Burn. Oh, it was maybe just the spotters dropping in some incendiary shells, perhaps. Interceptors getting their Justicar. Do they both have him? Yep. Justicar gets a power sword. A Force Sword, I guess it would be, with power melee damage on it. Stomp. Chimera is hanging out. This thing, ouch. Improvised explosive really messed it up there. This thing allows you to reinforce and transport allied infantry in the field. Very handy. You can also shoot extra little turrets on top if you have units inside. Brother Captain no longer messing around with these Chaos fellas, has a Nemesis Force halberd and has put Mind Blades on themselves, and they are cleaving through stuff here. But can they get away? Chaos Lord has Armor of the Inferno for Let the Galaxy Burn. Down goes the Brother Captain. Worth this guy getting a melee upgrade, surely, with the double interceptors. Get the hammer. Blood Maul. Oh, we do have a Dreadnought from Hellion going down the east side in its default state. More incendiary shell stuff. CSM flee. They were trying to reinforce off the Chimera, looks like. 372, 447 on the VPs. Sentinel does have missile launchers, which is putting pressure on the Chimera. Power Claw Lord Commissar now ripped off a war boss. A pretty small war boss from the looks of it. But he's proud of his claw. That was a Psych Out grenade from the interceptors, burning away some energy and suppressing targets. Very handy little tool to have. Lord Commissar revives the Brother Captain. Give them a chunk of XP. There we go. Brother Captain goes straight into melee. They are quite low though, need to be careful. Should be popping We Are the Hammer, surely. Don't think they used it. Lord Commissar of LunaticRed getting stuck in. 353 to 447. What's going on? East side. Is that the Warlock still down from before? No help. Need res, says Rambo. It's a Marco Zinch. Chaos Dreadnought. There's no vehicles over here unless Rambo had one and it died. But they have a Bright Lance and a Shuriken Cannon. Rangers have their long rifles as well. This Dreadnought's taking an awful lot of damage. Hellion maybe looking to just warp it away here. Maybe. There's the Sorcerer. He's gonna die. That was very sloppy from Hellion. Very sloppy. I thought the Sorcerer was far away, ready to teleport it out, but it wasn't. He wasn't. Big old Demon Maul Chaos Raptors hanging out now. And the CSM have their aspiring champions, so they can pop Slaughter and get stuck into melee quite effectively if they get teleported on. Grey Knight Dreadnought on the way for Zill. Anything else for the Brother Captain? Not yet. Surprise! There hasn't been much support going on with the double interceptors. I mean, you can't always get exactly what you like all the time. Resources are limited. Could have got Nemesis Force Sword, could have get the warding staff, could have got Bulwark, Battle Rights. But they went for a dangerous melee combatant for their Brother Captain. Nothing wrong with that. And here's your Grey Knight Dreadnought. Incinerator turning into full-on melee loadout here with the Dreadnought Claw. Up to 1500 hit points, 289 to 447. And there's not much anti-vehicle here for Draktan. This could be a really rough fight. Here's the Emperor's Fist. Psych Out grenade went in as well, I think. Not even the Sentinel has the missile launcher. Oh, there's a las cannon here. Thanks to LunaticRed. Getting some good shots in. I don't think the Commissar's here to maybe get a Inspire Courage on that guy to double their damage. The las cannon. Commissar's just showing up here. Dreadnought did some good work. Las cannon setting up again, having dived into the Chimera. Gets another shot. Another two. Sentinel's working on the Chimera. Ducks back inside. Well played, LunaticRed. Might be worth getting the missile launcher on the Sentinel. It's quite low though. What else we got going on? We got a Baneblade on the way for LunaticRed. 261 to 445. Rambo up the east side, bashing power here. Blast Master trying to get shots in. Heretics may wipe if those Guardians turn and shoot, but they did not. Putting pressure on the Sorcerer instead. He gets in there. Any war gear for this guy? They have Sigil of the Rift to try and combat the double Shuriken the guardian weapon teams here. But the captain with the flank in on the noise marines. Doing huge amounts of damage. That was a special attack. Mind blades on himself again. Fella's having to duck inside the Chimera to escape his wrath. Oh, Warlock's gone down. Looks like they have Witchblade of Pernus because of the grenade decorator on top of their character there. Although, do they also get that for Warthroat? Maybe. I've forgotten. Tier 3 for Rambo. Baneblade is on the field and it's on the west side. I've chosen the wrong unit. There we go. Got some Kashyyykin up for LunaticRed as well. Dreadnought backing away. Baneblade taking chunks out of it. I don't know where their las cannon is though. Las cannon's running. Baneblade is not giving chase. Raptors can do some damage with their Demon Maul, which is a heavy melee weapon, but this thing does have melee resistance. And heavy melee weapons already do half damage to vehicles anyway. 261 to 394 on the VPs. Baneblade chasing down a Sentinel now. And down it goes. That's how that often goes, I would think. Baneblade versus Sentinel. Landraider Phobos on the way for Hellion. Strange choice for that east side. Rambo doesn't have any vehicles, and they do have a Bright Lance and potentially an Eldritch Storm too. Unless they plan to just bring it to the west side, which wouldn't be a bad thing. Helping out that west side. It is the contested victory point. Bloodlust has been popped here by Draktan. Global ability, buffing damage on hit for all of their units. Get more of a buff for melee attacks. Raptors having to jump away. Chaos Lord is now here alone. Uses the onslaught thing. Destructive strike, I should say. And then they go down. They did have something else on them, but I didn't spot it on the accessory slot there. 230 to 394. Level all these interceptors now. 2 and 2, level 3 on the strike squad. And the Dreadnought lives. Baneblade was very far forward. Looks like it's gonna be okay. Needs to keep moving though. Needs to keep moving. Sentinel's getting some repairs. Las Cannon's getting shots. Look at this. They can't finish it though. Got intercepted by the interceptors, who had a weird... Only one guy teleported in there for some reason. None of these guys are a massive threat to the Baneblade. They have regular or power melee weapons. Oh, here comes the Lord Commissar though. Power Claw will do some work. They also have Stubbornness up, so they're being buffed. That's a huge amount of damage. Bloody hell. Was there anything else hitting it? Was that all the Commissar? Stubbornness is nuts. Now we're going after the Sentinel. It gets stomped. Got some Plasma Kashyyykin back there. Commissar runs. Bunker going up. Probably a repair bunker to help look after the Baneblade and that Sentinel. Blue team are reeling though. Gringvin down to 3 units here. But I guess Draktan's also down to 3 units. They have a Las Cannon Raptors and some Chaos Space Marines. Chaos Lord's in the kind of a tough spot to get maybe. Oh wow. Lord Commissar just threw an off-map artillery strike onto the Dreadnought. And I thought it had been destroyed there. For a second it was completely occluded by all of the fire and brimstone that was brought down. Okay. We are going to get a revived Chaos Lord. Not sure how you're going to explain this, Mr. Lord Commissar. There we go. Chaos Lord flees. Bunch of XP for LunaticRed, who it's level 4. Baneblade again, very far forward. Just saw an ethereal wave there from the Primaris Cycler. Not sure why the Baneblade is being so aggro. Here come Paladins, maybe massively punish that. These guys are unique to the Brother Captain. Heavy melee Nemesis Demon Hammers and a bucket load of hit points. Eldritch. Can they get the Baneblade down right here, right now? Eldritch shuts it down. Paladins can make short work of it now. It was so far forward. And for no real reason either. There's a stomp. It's not going to be enough. Baneblade falls. There's the Phobos. Just hanging out on the east side. Oh, bashing power and stuff, I guess. There was the remains of the Dreadnought. And they've got Terminators up alongside it. Might need to bring that to the west side now. Avatar coming, says Rambo, and indeed it is. And Gringvin has a Baneblade of their own on the way. Draktan has some Chaos Terminators with claws up already. There's a lot of stuff on them though, eh? Huge amount of stuff they were having to fight there. Sentinel gets the stomp and dies with it. Surely it's worth getting an upgrade for your CSM, Mark of Zinch or Mark of Khorne or something. And I think they should have got the hammer rather than the lightning claws here. I mean, it's not a bad choice though, is it? Avatar is up. Seems to be moving up the east side now. Bunkers being dunked on. Lord Commissar with Fist of Rockus. And there's the off-map artillery. Did a bit of friendly fire actually, I think. I hear raptors jumping on stuff. They found some interceptors here, isolated, trying to cap. Didn't lose a model though. Oh, paladins are quite low. These guys cannot retreat, and they must have used their teleport already. Oh, there it is. And here's your Baneblade. This time from Gringvin. LunaticRed with a Stormlord on the way for lots of anti-infantry damage to fight Zill's army. Will also be very effective against the Avatar. We're trying to chase down the Phobos, I guess. Avatar backing away here. Oh, it's a medical bunker. That's cannon setting up. Baneblade just driving forward by itself for some reason. Really wanting to hit that bunker, I guess. Now it's taking las cannon shots. It does have some repair support, but the Lord Commissar trying to chase him off. Las cannon has to flee. Look how much damage that Baneblade took. These guys could switch to melter guns too, these Kashyyykin. Las cannon's now inside the bunker. It's facing an unhelpful direction, trying to shoot the paladins here. Paladins with mind blades on them. Not sure what they were fighting with the mind blades there. Las cannon gets away, I think. What is this? Oh, beautifully timed Sigil of the Rift there from Hellion. Displacing those paladins made them use their teleport to get away. And there is the Chains of Torment. Lightning Claw Terminators coming in. I think it's worth using your teleport to get there quicker, fellas. But it didn't do it. Paladins were stuck in place for a while there. The Terminators went after the Interceptor instead. Paladins still going forward though. This is a bit of a crazy move, I think, from Zill. They've used their teleport, and there's Lightning Claw Chaos Terminators there. Why did they run forward? That was the onslaught there, which may have saved them. I guess it was perfectly judged in the end by Zill. Avatar chasing the Phobos again, which has taken a bunch of damage. And there's a Stormlord with a Vulcan Mega Bolter on the front, doing huge amounts of Inferno PvP damage, which is very effective against infantry, especially heavy and super heavy infantry, which is the armor type that the Avatar has. Looks like it's too close to shoot properly though. Needs to back up a bit. I guess it doesn't matter. Avatar goes down anyway. 72 to 334. Rocket run on the western edge. Messed up some chaos, fellas. Fire prism for Rambo, getting shots from very long range. Chaos Lords fighting some Grey Knight guys. Level 3 has the Icon of Khorne for a heal on hit. Massive VP lead for the red team now. Lehman Russ on the way for LunaticRed. Draktan with a Chaos Predator on the way. Could go either way with that, I suppose. Executioner would be very effective against Zill's army. But there are enemy vehicles on the field for a Vanquisher to dominate. Those guys seem to have died. And some mines dropped in. Not sure what the brother captain's up to here. Just having a look. Swinging his halberd around. have some backup. Yeah, Stormlord took a decent chunk of damage there. It should be okay. But the captain could maybe get a cheeky decap. Another bunker coming up. 72 to 311. 2-1 cap for blue, but can they hold on? Zill might be able to get more paladins up soon. These guys are being reinforced. 25 power seems so cheap for a paladin. Chaos Lord's back to have a go. We do have some Mark of Tzeentch Chaos Space Marines now. That awesome anti-infantry damage. Anyone get the VP though? Melter Gun Raptors jumping in. Throwing their Melter Bomb and doing Melter things. Lots of damage there before they had to retreat. Lord Commissar. Oh, that was weird. They got it done. There's the off-map artillery. I feel like they could have just Fist of Rockus that thing down. Switching back to Aura of Discipline now. For the area of effect heals. Helping out their Chaos buddies. 65, 292. They've got to go through onto the VP surely here. They're making plans. Dastardly plans. Looks like the Sorcerer is going after it. Has a Rod of Warp Fire. Level 10, this guy. 56, 292. What is this? It's the Warlock. What's he been up to? What's he got? Does indeed have the Witchblade of Kurnus, and there's Providence up. Fighting some Mark of Khorne Chaos Space Marines. Doing a good job with that loadout. It'll last forever though. Do they survive the retreat? They do not. Down to 30 VPs now, the blue team. This might be it. Red team powering through in the end. Double cap. Another Chaos Predator is the field too. Demon Rust did go vanquish in the end. What happened to the first Chaos Predator? I don't know. There's a GG from Gringvin. And yeah, Zill had some Terminators at the end. They didn't get any... Did they get nothing out after the Paladins? I guess they were just bleeding a whole bunch and couldn't get anything else on the field maybe. Level 6 Lord Commissar, level 7 Brother Captain, level 2 Warlock on the east side. Sorcerer level 10. Must have done a huge amount of work that I didn't see. Level 6 Lord Commissar and a level 5 Chaos Lord. There you have it guys. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you next time.